Hey there, and welcome back to Valley por Vida. Now, I know we all know that entering the job force can be tricky. Oftentimes, we go to school to earn a higher education and degree, and then we try to hit the job market, but have no experience. But of course, we can't get experience if no one will hire us, right? It's the full circle issue that many of us have faced in our careers. But our friends over at CCEI in Brownsville have partnered with Workforce Solutions to help just get you some helpful tips to keep in mind when it comes to situations like these and your education.
So our goal at CCI has always been to increase the earning capacity of families in Brownsville. That's our goal, and we remain true to that. And while we will continue to offer the electrical programs and the medical pathway programs, we decided to add a technical program. After talking to leaders throughout the country that own tech companies, we felt that if we could find a way to offer programming in some of those types of courses, we could help our students in our community and actually increase the earning capacity of families in our community.
You can drop by their campus in Brownsville for more on classes and resources offered. And what's really cool about their campus is that they use UV light technology to help keep their location safe, healthy, and clean from germs as much as possible. Yesterday, we introduced you to Guido Pinto, owner of UV Light Agency, and today he's back. This time to tell us about how this technology can help us learn in a cleaner environment.
What I'm doing here today is to thank CCCI, Texas Workforce, for this partnership for our communities. Why? We're raising the standard. We want to bring local businesses back to our new normal, but using different tools to basically create a safer environment. We're improving the air quality this time around. So don't forget, we have these different courses that will teach about UV light technology and also about HVAC technology.
It's really interesting to see how this technology works, and it's amazing to see Guido helping fight to keep our Valley students clean when they're learning. Of course, it can be, kind of tricky to know how you can set up a system like this in your home or your workspace, but you can definitely visit their website for more information. I know their team would love to help keep you safe and healthy. It's a good idea to be prepared when it comes to making sure you're living in and working from and learning in a clean environment, and it will really benefit your overall health. And a part of a good health is making sure that you know what to do in emergency situations regarding your health. Actually, the American College of Surgeons Stop the Bleed program has trained over 1.5 million people worldwide on how to stop bleeds in a severely injured person. And our friends over at South Texas Health System recently held a campaign all about this. So we thought it'd be great to share some of those health tips so that you can keep in mind as well.
Stop the Bleed is a campaign from the American College of Surgeons that our focus is to educate the public about stopping the bleed in a critical situation. If you're a bystander in a motor vehicle accident for a patient who is injured by a gunshot wound or a stab wound, if there is bleeding from an extremity, profuse bleeding that needs to be addressed before EMS comes, that is a situation that where a bystander would be able to step in after being trained by Stop the Bleed to stop the bleed before the patient exsanguinates. If someone is bleeding profusely and they're losing blood that would otherwise be perfusing their brain or critical organs, a bystander stopping the bleed would actually save that person's life. It's very important, it's critical. The first minutes, actually, I would say after an injury as it relates to bleeding is very important. So in the field, if there are bystanders who can stop the bleed, would actually buy the patient, quote unquote, buy the patient some time such that when they get to the hospital, that 1 hour of critical time is then preserved. So with the Stop the Bleed campaign, the whole point is that a bystander without a training kit or without the proper equipment would be able to use, like you said, a belt, a tie, a t-shirt to stop the bleed and to save a life.
Again, you can visit stopthebleed.org for more tips to keep in mind so that you can be prepared. All right, well, we want to stop the bleed, but you know what doesn't stop? The world of entertainment. Marvel, for example, is one of those like Fast and Furious where there's just something new to add to the franchise all the time. And we had the chance to interview a very special guest, and if you're a fan of a Marvel, then you're going to want to pay attention here, okay? With the wildly popular video game Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales still in the U.S. Games charts top 5 list, multilingual Latinx firecracker actress, animal activist, and celebrated voice actress Jacqueline Piñol is at it again. She's voicing Rio Morales, and we had the chance to catch up with her to learn more about her motion picture work and why she's recently created The Canine Condition, a documentary series now streaming on Primo.TV. Now, Jacqueline's a very busy professional, and there's a lot to unpack here, so let's go ahead and check out today's Generation Inspiration segment.
Hi everyone. Well, my name is Jacqueline Piñol. I am an actress, a mom to a human, and 6 doggies. So I stay quite busy between, trying to get new work, working on current projects, and keeping everybody at home, grounded. It's busy, but it's good. I really enjoy having different aspects of life pulling at me in different directions all the time. I think it makes life more interesting, and it pushes us to more adventure and to growing. We never stop growing and learning, and that's a big thing for me. There's so many wonderful projects I've been lucky to work with, and it really comes down to the people you work with, the teams. Obviously, in my 20s, and I worked with Steven Spielberg. So what a highlight of my life to be able to work with him, because he is phenomenal, and he really is a team player. So in those early years for me to get my feet wet with people like that, I worked with Sam Raimi as well. So to be directed in films by them on AI and For Love of the Game was really great. That set me up, I feel like, for success. And I could take anything that comes at me, and rejection comes with the job. But I felt like, you know what, that's okay. It's just part of the game. And then most recently, in recent years, because I speak Spanish and I'm a Latina, the Spanish has really helped me to bring about roles that we can use our language, our culture, our background, different accents, regional accents, So I really love that, because as an actor, it helps me grow and stretch and also represent, different facets of our culture, because we are so multicultural within our Latino culture, right? The most exciting recent project was Spider-Man Miles Morales, for PS5, PS4. I've learned about all the game consoles as a mom, obviously. So it's been a very exciting project. It was top secret for a couple years while we launched. And obviously, we all needed a little pick-me-up in 2020. And when it launched at the very end, right before Christmas of 2020, it was such a bright light in my life. And I'll tell you what, it really touched me how many fans and how many people reached out of all ages across the world, because I think we all needed something exciting. And this game is so beautiful. I really credit just the artist, the storytellers, the director. I am the likeness of the character Rio Morales. I play Spider-Man Miles Morales' mom. So I don't just do the voice, I'm actually the physical, action of the character. We do that all separately on a stage. Obviously, we get facial capture, so they take your face and they put all these little dots on it, and they do like a green screen, and then they characterize your face and your facial features into a cartoon character. So I'm animated. So that's kind of a really neat realm to live in, because you see yourself as an animated character. Not many of us get to do that. So it's fun to have been introduced to this world.
That's amazing. And if you'd like to watch Jacqueline's documentary series, please visit Primo.TV /The Canine Condition. And be sure to follow Jacqueline on Instagram at Jackie Piñol. Lastly, you can order Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales video game on PlayStation.com. All right, well, that's all we've got for you this time. Thanks again so much for joining us today, and be sure to tune in again next time on Valley por Vida. We'll see you then.